Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, the Monarchy Apostles, and the others of great ministry not do well. Peace and blessings to Yakimani who have pushed us to the four corners of the earth, right? We go to a few precepts, we're coming into the, is the Shabbat, first of all, also the Passover, right? We're going to go through some precepts talking about the Passover, and we understand that while there's other people out here enjoying the liberty, fetting, and as I say, locally partying and all these different things, these are the things that we just put our attention to, right? So we understand that we were called out of those things, right? Precept was not coming to mind, you know. Say that I have because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. Like John 15, 16. Yeah, from Kosha.
Remember it?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, remember it.
You have something else?
I think them is John 16.
Somewhere 15, 16, somewhere around there.
So you know, you have not chosen me, I have chosen
No,
you.
yeah, no, I have chosen you out of the world.
Uh-huh.
I think John 14. I think it's John 14. I know. Yes, nah, it's like yeah. Right, choosing you out of 15, 19. You can probably start from 18. I know somewhere around there.
18?
Start from about 18.
This is John chapter 15 and verse 18. He said, if the world hate you,
Right.
you know that it hated me before it hated you.
So when it comes to this truth, we don't be upset when people scoff and scorn at us. You understand? We understand that we will be hated for what we believe. You understand? And that is something you always have to keep in the back of your mind. While at the same time the scriptures say what they say, why you are the light, walk in it. It said the things like they say walk with wisdom with them that they are not. You ain't gonna see a brother just being an asshole towards people and people don't like him and he might have wash affliction for the world. No, because he's an asshole. You understand? Like you move with wisdom among people. But at the same time, when people find out what you believe through the spirit, they will despise you. And that is why they're supposed to despise you, because of what you believe, not because of your own poor character or anything like that.
Good.
You understand? But the scriptures say that we will be hated for these things. Right? Well.
So it says, verse 19, if you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
Right, and that's why scriptures say what they say, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. These are things that you have to expect when it is you'll be doing these things. You understand? Even if you was to tell somebody, hey, today is the Lord's Passover, you don't want to hear that. The scriptures say what they say is foolishness unto them. You understand? They die like what? Eat bread with no yeast. You talking about bread? You understand? They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear nothing like that. What are you eating better herbs for? And I can eat sweets. They don't have time. It's foolishness. They don't understand the spiritualness behind it, because all of these things represent something. Leaven, the better herbs, all these different things. Wine, which is the blood of the New Testament, all these different things mean something to us who believe. It don't mean something to them because it's foolishness unto them. Right? But with
Deuteronomy?
Deuteronomy.
You know, go down one more verse. No?
Yeah, one. Come.
Yeah.
What you know?
It says, verse 20, it says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Right? And we know the ones who are ordained to keep the sayings. The scripture say what they say, committed unto faithful men who will be able to teach others also. Those faithful men will hear the word, receive it, follow it, and also teach others to do the same thing. And it's only the elect are the ones that are going to carry on. Like you ever see like them animations, like with the cups. That had how many cups? And one cup throw into the next cup, and the next cup throw into the next cup. And that next, and one of them the bounce up one, and the one he didn't want nobody throw them the cup. So they just step to the side in and just keep throwing down the line. That's how we do it. We don't have time to waste on people who don't want to fill the cup with the Spirit. You understand? We just step to the side and just keep going. Right? That's the mindset we in. We know not everybody supposed to get this. All right.
You know what?
No, I think you finished that.
Yeah, I did it, yeah.
Deuteronomy 16 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
3 times in a year shall all thy meals appear before Yahweh thy power in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before Yahweh empty.
Right, so you say the Feast of Weeks, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the Feast of Tabernacle. And right now, this is what the first one of the 3 for the year, which is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? That's what it is we doing now, right? So I just talk about it, and it give you our ordinance to follow pertaining to how you're supposed to, where you're not supposed to eat, get leaven out your houses, all these different things. And even in the scripture itself, it talk about. Right. Even in the scripture itself, it talk about, keeping the tradition, carrying it on to the through the generations, right? It says a perpetual ordinance forever. If I can get the part where it said that. Okay, talk about, like, say, if your children ask what means these things. That is in Deuteronomy. Exodus 12, from like around 10. Exodus 12, from about 10.
Exodus 12 and 10. And ye shall let nothing of it remain
Go up a little bit.
26.
No, Exodus 12 from verse.
From 1?
26.
Huh?
26.
No. Lower
From
down.
1?
No, start from 6. From 6 should be. Exodus 12 from verse 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening, and they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses wherein they shall eat it.
Now, when it comes in, today is the 14th day, because New Year wasn't in January. New Year is determined by what? Is determined by the moon. You understand? And the month is determined by the moon, and we know that New Year is not in the middle of winter, or in parts of winter is the beginning of spring, right? So right now we're on the 14th day at night, and this was the ceremony that was given to them to be able to, you slaughter the lamb. We don't do that to T like how it is because of the situation that we're under. Because men know how whole lambs they just put on and separating it from the herd, without blemish, and we don't have it as accurate as we used to do back then, but we do rehearsing the righteous act, right? And also talk about the blood on the doorposts. You understand? We now that the doorposts are your mind. We don't literally go down and put blood over. You understand? Blood represent Mashiach, and the doorposts represent what? Your mind, right? Now about you, none of the neighbors ain't going and pass and you look like one of them crazy people putting blood over your door.
And you have to remember too, the sacrifice of Yahushua.
Can.
You understand? The purpose of why they call him the Lamb.
Can.
Right? And these is things that remember that why Passover is such a serious, they mentioned it is a solemn assembly, right? Such a serious day because of what took place. If you want to draw back two major Passover and situations that people would obviously know offhand, you make one being what? Exodus, what took place there, and then the other one would be what? With Yahushua, right? With the Messiah, right? And if you want